Dear Czechia, I was going to say it's been a while since we last saw each other, but we had some fun this summer, didn't we? Now I'm coming back on business, with some friends from Jersey who you never met, and I can't wait to introduce you. As I sit here, all I can think about is skating with my friends on those frozen ponds, pretending to be Patrik Eliáš or Jaromír Jágr until it was too dark outside to see the puck. This is where I received my education, where I learned what it means to be a Czech hockey player. I have been fortunate enough to realize many of my dreams in hockey, but to play an NHL hockey in my beloved Czechia is something I never imagined. I take a lot of pride representing Jersey and being a Devil. I can't wait to share that with you. And I can't wait to show Jersey, you, my heart. S láskou, Ondřej Palát.
Before we begin this video, I just want to show something really cool. So I got my Devils jersey on, right? New jersey I got. Check the name on the back. You ready for this? Boom, baby! Yes! My own custom jersey for the year 2024-2025. Oh, baby, it's finally here! Hockey season is amongst us. My favorite time of year, and real quick, shout out to my man DJ for hooking me up with the custom jersey as a birthday gift. Brother, thank you very much. And, hey, if you're at Prudential Center this year and you want to look for me, just check for the name on the back, alright? Yes, alright. Welcome. Oh, man, it's finally here. The season begins tomorrow. Get some good sleep tonight, alright? We got 2 early puck drops the next 2 days, alright? 1 p.m. East Coast time tomorrow, 10 a.m. Saturday, alright? So, get some rest after you finish watching this, and let's get ready to kick off the season. So, welcome to my New Jersey Devils 2024-2025 season preview video. My name is Trevor, as always, and we're back. We finally made it. Hockey season is here, and I'm feeling pretty good. Not gonna lie. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh, you felt good going into last season. What's different after you had the failure of what was last season? What's changed? Well, I will admit. Last season, I was a little cocky. Let's put it that way. You know, I had a little pep in my step. You know, oh, Devils made the playoffs 2 years ago. What's the word? 2 seasons ago, excuse me. And I just felt good. You know, I felt, okay, team is back. They added pieces last year. We got this. Well, for the last time, I'll say it. Everything just went to shit, unfortunately. Injuries, the bad coaching, the goaltending, you name it. We were playing 2 rookies, 20-plus minutes of ice time a game on the defensive end. That ain't gonna win you much games. It's not. So, it is what it is. But this year, though, I'm feeling more confident. I'm feeling the moves that were made in the offseason this year should dictate better success. Because Tom Fitzgerald checked off everything off his list. He did everything he wanted to do. He got what he wanted. You could see what this team's identity is going to be this year. And we're going to get to all that, all right? So with that, I got 7 pages worth of notes that I've been piling up, getting together over the past couple weeks. All right, so let's just get right into it. So, this will be the 42nd season of New Jersey Devils hockey. They came from the Colorado Rockies and began with the Kansas City Scouts, so a long history. Most of it, you know, not the best. I will admit, the team didn't really peak until the late 80s and then the early 90s, and then the rest is history. But 42 years of Devils hockey in the state of New Jersey. Gonna go over some general facts. The owners of the team are Harrison Blitzer Sports Entertainment, who also own the Prudential Center. The general manager of the team is Tom Fitzgerald. New head coach Sheldon Keefe takes over the New Jersey Devils. If you've been living under a rock, the former head coach of the Toronto Maple Leafs. That was announced late May, I think it was, if I recall. The assistant coaches, we got Jomi Colton, I believe that's how you pronounce that, Ryan McGill, Chris Taylor, and Sergei Brylin. The goaltending coach is Dave Rogowski. And just a quick little thing, the Devils have 13 national televised games this year, the most allowed by the National Hockey League. So, even despite the bad season last year, still, I mean, this is still a solid roster, a good group of guys, and a couple good stars as well, which the folks want to see. So, appreciate the NHL finally showing the rest of the league and country what these guys are all about. Last season, really quickly, the team went 38, 39, and 5 for 81 points. They finished 7th in the Metro Division, 13th in the Eastern Conference, and 23rd in the National Hockey League, all right? So, there was that. Again, last season, you all know it by now. I said it earlier. Just it all went to shit. You know, we all felt, like I said, we had that pep in our step. Look at us, the Devils are back. And everything fell apart pretty early on, and the rest was from there. So, hopefully this year can go a little better. Future odds, all right? So, if you're in the world of gambling, you know, you want to take a chance with your money, the over-under in points is 100.5. Even odds on yes, will they achieve that? No, if they won't. To make the playoffs, a lot lower than last year, all right? I believe it was minus 750 last year to make the playoffs. Well, this year it's minus 350 to make the playoffs. And if you don't think they'll make the playoffs, it'll be plus 250. So better odds if you think they won't, according to the bookies. To win the Metropolitan Division, if you think this team does have a chance at first place, plus 240, which is the best odds of any team in the Metro. So they're right up there to win the Metro Division, according to the bookies. If you think they can win the Eastern Conference, that is plus 650, which is the second best odds out of the teams all in the East. So again, right up there. And to win the Stanley Cup, the big one, if you think the Cup, Lord Stanley, is coming back home to the Garden State, plus 1,300, which is the third best odds allowed, set by the bookies, all right? So, again, right up there. So, if you think they got a chance, go for it. Gamble responsibly, as always, all right? Let's see, where do I want to go next here? Okay, the off-season transaction. So, if you have been living under a rock and have not known what has happened since last season ended, I'm going to go over quickly the players that we added and subtracted, all right? So, the big one being Jacob Markstrom. This was, I believe, the day of Game 7 of the finals. Game 6, Game 7. I want to say it was Game 7, I think. Yeah, either way, it was in that early June period. Late June period, right before the draft, excuse me. So Jacob Markstrom comes to New Jersey, the goaltender from the Calgary Flames. This has been something in the works ever since the trade deadline. The Devils tried to make a push at the trade deadline. We did find that out, but Calgary said no because they still had a thought they could make a playoff push themselves, which they did not. That lowered Markstrom's price. The trade officially was Kevin Ball going the other way and a 2025 lottery-protected first-round pick. That's it. That's all it took for Markstrom. So, the Devils got their goalie there, so hopefully it works out. Brett Pesce on July 1st, free agent signing. Brendan Dillon, Thomas Tatar, Paul Carter in a trade for, the Vegas Golden Knights, Stefan Nason, and Jonathan Kovacevic from Montreal via trade. The subtractions, the players that are no longer with the team. Alexander Holtz, Thomas Nosek, John Marino, who got traded to Utah, Brendan Smith, Kevin Ball, who went to Calgary, Capo Kakinen, and Akira Schmid Schmidt and Holtz went to Vegas for Paul Carter. Excuse me. All right, so there's that. Who was here? Who left? Boom. Preseason recap. I'm not gonna. I mean, just want to tell you, I'm recording this before the last game happens tonight against Philadelphia. So I don't know what their final record is going to be, but it's mostly it's Utica Comets at this point. The team's been in Prague since Monday. They left Sunday night and arrived Monday, so it's just the minor league guys. 1-5 so far. Look, we know what happened last year in the preseason, right? The team went 7-0 in the preseason. We were all excited, like, all right, here we go, and so you can make your assumptions, all right? I'm not going to blame you for making the assumptions. Oh, they went 7-0 in the preseason, bad regular season. All right, you can think that if you want. I don't buy it. I know a couple people do, but I'm not playing too much into that. Don't worry about it. 1-5, it's all right. The NHL guys only had 3 games to play in. They didn't really look that good. I'll admit that. Utica has been holding their own, though, all right? The Baby Devils playing the best they can. They won Monday against the Rangers. The most notable player, though, I did put this down, Kevin Labanc has been having a solid preseason. He came in here on a PTO, and he's showing he might get a contract. I'm not sure. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets one. But he's been playing well enough, I think, to deserve a chance. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, nothing can happen. Tom Fitzgerald's with the team in Prague. So we'll see what happens with Labanc. But shout out to the Comets holding their own while we're overseas right now preparing for tomorrow and Saturday's game. All right. So there's that. What do I want to do next here? Let's go with some storylines. All right. So what I think all of the big storylines for this season. All right. So I'm going to say it right now, and I brought this up, the 1-5 preseason, all right? When you have this many new pieces brought in, the head coach, players, goaltender, new system to learn, it might be a slow start to the season, all right? So just temper your expectations, all right? And we're playing with a limited preseason, too. We don't get the opportunity to play a full preseason. No, we got to cut ours short and fly our guys to Prague for this global series for tomorrow and Saturday. All right, so just keep it temp. All right, I think it's going to be a slow start. All right, if we could play 500 hockey through the month of October, I think we'll be fine. All right, so just temper the expectations. They'll get the wins, but it's going to be baby steps. All right. They only had a week and a half, a couple weeks to learn a new system, new coach and everything and all that. So just be patient, all right? The Stars are going to need to step up, though, this year, all right? And hopefully the injury bug don't hit us, all right? So just, I'm hoping, you can't control injuries, and I'm going to get to a couple of them in a moment's time here, but you gotta... The guys got to play and they got to produce. Because when the guys went down last year, nobody's filled in their roles until point production and scoring and all that. So if the Stars play, they got to produce. So, but the guys need to step up, and hopefully all of them can have a healthy season. All right. And next up, starting overseas is always tough. Traveling. And can they have that strong start? Again, I brought that up, with all the new pieces, the system, the head coach, everything. Can they have that strong start? Again, I'm hoping for 500 hockey. That's all I want. I think we'll take that through the first month. And then hopefully not the hangover coming home. All right, and we'll get a couple of days off, all right? So after Saturday, they won't play again until Thursday, which will be the home opener against Toronto. And how about that by the NHL scheduling? We start the season in Prague against Buffalo, where Lindy Ruff went to, and then we come home, and our first game back home, Sheldon Keefe, gets to face his former team there in the Leafs. What are the odds of that? So yeah, just play the best you can, and hopefully it's not too much of a letdown coming home. And in April, I think is going to be very key, as I brought it up in the when I did the trade deadline recap and schedule preview video. In April, 5 of their 6 games in April, all home games. All right, so if they're in a situation late where they're fighting for a playoff spot, they are lucky for the fact that they get to stay home for that stretch. And they only have to go 1 game on the road, and it's the second to last night of the season. A back-to-back ends our season, too, which, again, could also play into playoff-wise. But having those games late in the year at home may help us. So, keep that in mind. I brought it up earlier, all right? So, Jacob Markstrom, the goaltender acquired. He is 34 years old. We need to keep that in mind. He ain't no spring chicken. Will it be enough? All right? Now, there is a risk getting someone of that age, and I know his numbers have been good the past couple years, but Father Time plays for nobody, all right? I'm praying there's not going to be a decline, all right? Because we sent that pick to Calgary. Now, it is lottery protected, but I'm just hoping for good goaltending. They kept Jake Allen, bringing in Markstrom. It's not a complete fix, but it should be good enough for this season. Markstrom's here for the next 2 seasons regardless. That's his contract. Allen's contract ends this year, so we'll see where they go from there in terms of that backup position. But will it be enough, Markstrom and Allen? And I've been seeing a lot of comments about Jake Allen that I haven't been really fond of lately. Weird how this guy comes in last season and he's beloved, and now going into this year, he's not good enough, apparently. I don't get it. He's not going to play. Allen's not going to play that much. That's why we got Markstrom. All right, and remember this. If Jake Allen plays more than 40 games this year, we have to send a second-round pick to Montreal. That was the condition on the trade we made for them last year with Allen. All right, so keep that in mind as well. I think we'll be fine. They can handle the load. But the goaltend, even though we made all moves, will it be enough? And is it a patchwork job? Yeah, it's not the permanent fix, But we'll see where they go next year and who they think can handle the reins. But that's going to be it for now. Markstrom Allen. All right, so, one more thing, too. Team depth, all right? I want to bring this up. The Devils did a great job adding depth, adjusting their roster. But it will be challenged early, all right? Luke Hughes. He's out with a dislocated shoulder. We got an injury update on him yesterday. 5 to 7 weeks still. He's going to be out. He hasn't even started skating yet. So he's a little behind schedule. So we're expecting mid-November. Thanksgiving, late November. I'm going to be honest. I don't see December at this point. I'm going to be brutally honest. So, going to have to handle the load. Brett Pesce is week to week, but he's been skating. He did not make the trip to Prague, but he's been skating every day for 4 or 5 days at this point. So if he continues on that track, he should be ready by the home opener next Thursday, which will be a massive help. All right, so those are the storylines going into this year. Let me review the roster, all right? So the Global Series roster, all right? Here you go. Got it all printed out and nice. These are the players that were selected to go over to Prague and play in the 2 games. The NHL is allowing us to bring 26 players over. More than the normal allowance of what you can have on a roster, just because we couldn't finish the rest of our preseason games, and if guys get injured, you can't just fly a guy the next day that fell in, so you're going to need bodies. So they allow you to travel with some extra skaters on hand. So here are the players for the Global Series beginning tomorrow against Buffalo in Prague. The forwards, number 11, Stefan Nason. Number 13, your captain, Nico Hischier. Oh, captain, my captain. We have number 14, Nathan Bastian. Number 15, Shane Bowers. Number 18, the hometown boy, Andre Palat. I played the little video here before the start of this video. Palat talking about him returning to his home country and all that. Very nice video on him. Number 23, Curtis McDermott. Number 28, Timo Meyer. Number 29, Nolan Foote. Number 42, Curtis Lazar. Number 47, Paul Carter. Number 56, Eric Hulla. Number 63, Jesper Bratt. Excuse me. Number 86, Jack Hughes. Number 90, Tomas Tatar. Number 91, Dawson Mercer. So those are your forwards. The defensemen. Number 5, Brendan Dillon. Number 7, Dougie Hamilton. Number 8, Jonathan Kovacevic. Number 17, Simon Nemec. Number 24, and will be making his NHL debut tomorrow, Seamus Casey. He earned his spot in the lineup. He made the team, and he will play in his first NHL game tomorrow. So, congrats to the kid. A little weird starting overseas, but hey, welcome to your NHL moment playing in a different country. Number 45, Colton White. Number 57, Nick DeSimone. And number 71, Jonas Siegenthaler. The 3 goaltenders brought over on this trip. Number 25, Jacob Markstrom. Number 34, Jake Allen. And number 50, Nico Dahl. So there is your Global Series roster. We will get an official season opening roster when the team gets back to North America, and they will be able to cut that roster down, all right? So there you go. That is the roster of players playing this weekend in Prague. Let's see here. Let's start, let's do a little prospect watch, shall we? Let's look at all prospects here. Where's that other one? Okay, here we go. Cool. I'm all over the place here with my notes. Alright, so prospect watch. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys you should be watching out for this season. Keep an eye online on them. See how they do, and I'm sure the team will be bringing them up from time to time. The big one, Arseny Gritsuk in the KHL. I probably botched that name, and I apologize for that. No chance. So, my apologies. But he is in the KHL right now, a 5th-round pick in 2019. He should be in North America by the end of this KHL season, supposedly. If you know your Devils prospects, this kid in Russia right now is going to be... He's looking good. He's looking really good. He's putting up amazing numbers in the KHL. And he's been hyped about for years, and, you know, ever since we drafted him. And it's all about getting these guys from Russia to come to North America. You know, I'm going to bring up the Flyers here. They finally just got Michikov, all right, to get for them. Gritsuk is ours, and I'm going to get to the second one right now. Anton Silayev, all right, also in the KHL. Now, he's a little bit different, all right? He has 2 years left in his current KHL contract. So do not expect him in the earliest to come to North America until the 26-27 season, all right? I'm just going to put that out there. Unless he decides to cut it short and come over here and we could get him to sign his ELC, that'd be great. Maybe sooner. No guarantees, though, all right? So he has 2 years left, though, on his contract, and we just elected him 10th overall back in the draft in June, all right? So Gritsuk, though, will be coming to North America very soon, and I'm excited for him. Seamus Casey, all right? I brought it up in the roster, all right? Found out, I put down Seamus Casey very early, so I do have him with Utica, but hey, he earned a spot in preseason, folks. He looked really good, all right? The kid has taken advantage of every opportunity to get. You know, when you don't have Luke Hughes, Brett Pesce in the lineup, what do? Next man up. Casey said, I'm taking full advantage of this, and good for the kid. He earned a spot, he made the trip, and he will be playing tomorrow and Saturday, so great for him. Will he remain with the team, though, after that? That's got to be remained to see, all right? Because you got Pesce coming back supposedly next week. Will he stay on the roster, or will they send him down to Utica? We will have to see about that, but I'm very excited for him. And he definitely earned his roster spot Moving on, we got Ethan Edwards at the University of Michigan, an alternate captain. He is in his senior year, and it just continues that strong pipeline the past couple years with the Devils and the Michigan Wolverines. I hate that as a Penn State fan. I feel a little bit... I don't hate it. I should say I'm torn on it as a Penn State fan. Whenever I see Penn State hockey go up against Michigan, I'm like, oh, great, Luke Hughes scored on us. All right, yay, happy for Devils prospect, but Penn State just got scored on. So, but they've been having a strong pipeline the past couple of years. Luke Hughes, as I mentioned, Seamus Casey, Ethan Edwards, Tom Fitzgerald loving his Wolverines. I don't blame him. So keep an eye on him at the University of Michigan this year. All right, I'm totally going to botch this, so bear with me here. Lenny Hamino. Ham-E-E-N-A-N-A-H-O. Ham-in-O. Ham-in-O. Oh, God. Jesus, God. Oh, this is embarrassing. Lenny. All right. So, Lenny was selected in the 3rd round, I want to say. I forgot to put when he was exactly drafted. He is in Liga in the Finnish League. Finland! That's for one of my good friends watching this video. You know who you are, sir. He is in the Liga League. Turning himself into this hidden gem, 3rd rounder. Been putting up solid numbers in the Finnish League, so... Had a great season last year, off to a good start this year, so keep an eye on him. And last but not least, I'm going to bring up Nico Daws, all right? So I know he's not technically quote-unquote prospect. He has played NHL games. But he's still in the system, and he's still projected to be right now. I mean, look, if he has a solid year, he's looking at that backup net. That net, the backup role next year with the big boy club, that's his if he has a solid year. So he needs a full year in the AHL, though. Hopefully he'll have a full year. He should not see the NHL be up with the Devils once, all right? I want him to have that full year in Utica for the pure developmental reasons, all right? And if he plays well, then that's his. He'll share it with Markstrom next year. But also, check out the Utica Comets YouTube page. I believe that's where they posted it. They did a fantastic video about Daws, going through his rehab process, him getting called up to the NHL this past year, getting his chance. A really good story that shows you what he went through to get back to where he was. Coming off, I believe it was hip surgery, so which is very tough for a goaltender to come back from. So definitely go check that out. Some quotes from the guys. This was from after the first day of practice, media day, so very early on. Tom Fitzgerald himself, this was the big one. Fitzgerald on his process when identifying quality people to sign, trade for this season, this past summer. Are you ready for this? He actually said this. No dickheads. Dear Lord Fitzy. Oh, that's an actual quote, and it was made into a couple t-shirts if you find them. Good job by Fitzy there. Paul Carter, it's not going to be hard to finish your checks on this team. We're all going to be a physical team. Excuse me. This year, that's great to see, because we all know this team is... I'll admit, they're a little soft, and they're not well-rounded defensively. They have trouble getting hits, taking hits, So, you can definitely tell the more physical aspect was added to this team this year. Jack Hughes feels very, very good going into the season. Excited to get back out there. We haven't seen him in a while. Jacob Markstrom, I'm excited to play in Prague for the 4th and the 5th. But I just can't wait to get back to New Jersey on the 10th for the home opener. Skate out in front of our home crowd for the first time at the Rock. Dougie Hamilton, this is a big one. Was intense practice. That was the first day of practice. You could tell Sheldon wants to set a tone, and that's exactly what he's done, and will continue to go throughout the season. I just can't wait to get back out there and start playing. It's been way too long. It has been way too long, Dougie. We haven't seen him since last November. Timo Meyer, Last year, we failed to meet our expectations. We know it. The fans know it. Everyone did. This year, though, feels different with these group of guys, and we're hungry to get out there and show we can compete for a cup. Fuck yeah, Dougie. Oh, Thomas Tatar. Welcome back, Tatar. I'm excited to be back here. Some new guys since the last time I was here, and a new coach as well, but this is a solid locker room. Good group of players. October 4th can't get here fast enough. Well, it is finally here, and it is coming tomorrow. All right. We have made it to the end. Whew. We have made it to the end. Now it's time for predictions before I wrap this video up. And I'm not going to be greedy. Alright, I'm not going to say, oh, they're going to win the Metro. We're going to win this. We're going to go all the way to the Cup, brother. No, I'm not going to do that. No. But I will say this. My prediction is they will finish second or third in the Metro Division and will at least make it to the second round. That's what I'm going to put it at this year. That's my prediction. Those are going to be my expectations. Let's hope they can nail that, all right? So, we'll see what happens with that. And to close out the video, I'm going into year 2 as a season ticket holder. I'm very excited about it. Last year, finished with a record of 13-20 while at games, so obviously not the best. But I'm hoping it to be better, and I just want to attend some playoff hockey. I really do. I'm amped up. This was a really good summer. Again, Tom Fitzgerald got everything he wanted. He checked off everything off his list. Now it's all about if it can execute on the ice, all right? And it starts tomorrow in Prague against Buffalo, all right? Even though I'm expecting a split, I can feel it. You know, a back-to-back overseas, 2 games. If it was 1 game, then I'll be all Devils. But unfortunately, it's 2, so I think they're split, both of them, respectively. But that is that. Folks, we have finally made it. And oh, by the way, let me just say this. Last time you'll see me with a clean face, all right? Minimum hair, minimum facial hair, beard, and all that stuff. Next time you see me, it'll be more well-grown as we progress throughout the year, all right? So, but we have made it, folks. Hockey is back. For your respective teams out there, good luck. Let's just have a good season, all right? The post-game recaps will begin Thursday after the home opener against Toronto. And I'm going to try to do pre-game videos this year. I'm not going to guarantee them, but if I have time in my schedule, I'm going to do a pre-game video. Very quick, very short, nothing outrageous. I'm going to jot down 3 things that I expect, storylines, you know, what I want to see in the game that night, and I'll go into a little bit about the team we're facing. So stay tuned for that. And obviously the post-game recaps after every home game I attend this year. So, thank you all very much for your generous support as always and your viewership. It means the most to me. This is my favorite time of year. I live for this. October, spooky season, Halloween is coming. Ooh! And my favorite sport in the world, hockey, is back. Oh, I'm excited for it. I can't wait. Even though we got some early face-offs tomorrow, but that's neither here nor there, but still, hockey is back. So, that's gonna do it for this one. Thank you all so much for watching. I can't wait for you all to come along for this journey with me throughout the 2024-2025 Devils season. So, that's gonna do it. My name is Trevor, as always, and I will see you for the next one.